here is a shout out to Aoia.com. You can choose for them to drop you anything for a very small price. Do not ever forget to use the coupon code RENCREATES so that you guys save 3% on your next purchase and you help out me as a creator. What's crackin' boys and my ladies, it is RenCreates, and today we're going to take a look at 10 Ashes of War that you can obtain throughout the Lands Between in Elden Ring. These are only 10 of the select few of the 90 plus that are within the game, and I'm just going to share with you the location of 10 of these epic Ashes of War, and you can apply them to many different types of weapons. So let's get on with today's content starting right now. First up on the list is Gravitas, or Gravitas? Well, whatever the name is, you're going to make your way over to the Seaside Grace. And the Seaside Grace, you're going to have to make your way down a few steps across the mountain. This is going to be kind of difficult. I actually never taken a look here before. But you're just going to follow down and just make your way over and across the torrent. And then you will eventually get all the way to the bottom where you're going to find this like broken down bridge arch. And there is going to be a commoner. This commoner is going to be using a Gravitus Ash of War, and upon killing him, you're going to obtain the Gravitus weapon art. Again, no clue if I'm saying that name correctly. This Ash of War acts a lot like the Meteor Ore Blade, in the sense that its gravity attack is where it plunges the blade into the ground, and it causes this giant shock that brings in all the enemies up close, causing damage. This can also be pretty powerful once you've leveled it up, and it's a lot of fun to use. Golden Land can be found in the deep root depths. Making your way from the Great Waterfall Crest site of Grace, if you go straight ahead to the left, there's going to be a scarab that you can kill. And upon killing him, you're going to obtain the Golden Land Ash of War. The Golden Ash of War is a very awesome Ash of War I highly recommend using with strength weapons. Basically, imbuing it on a weapon allows you to do sort of a butt slam type attack that causes a huge AoE of light, and then also as a bonus shoots a bunch of mini rays of light at the opponent after you've done the crash. And even if you end up getting hit, those rays of lights are going to still end up homing in on the enemy that you were targeting. Eruption is an Ash of War that can be put on great swords, great axes, and great hammers. This Ash of War allows you to slam your weapon across the ground and bring it back up to spew lava right out from underneath your feet. It's very epic, and it's sold by Knight Bernal, which is over at the Volcano Manor, for 8,000 runes. All you have to do is complete the first mission at the Volcano Manor, which you're going to have to kill the Scale Knight dude for over by the Coliseum. Once you've done that, make your way back, and then you'll be able to buy the Ashes of War from Knight Bernal. It's a very cool Ash of War, and it does do damage upon striking as well, unlike another Ash of War we're going to be seeing coming up very soon on today's list. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is a really cool Ash of War that can be applied to all melee weapons. You can find Thunderbolt in Liondel's Royal Capital. It's dropped by a teardrop beetle, and you can find it northwest of the Avenue Balcony site of Grace. You have to make your way down the stairs, and just like if you were to progress through the area, you're going to make your way to the left. Obviously, get hit by the Great Arrow. You're going to jump off the ledge, right down, and you're going to see it. There's that teardrop beetle, kill him, and then bam, you got yourself the Ash of War, and of course, get eaten by some complementary monsters on your way down. Thunderbolt is super cool, because not only is it a lightning weapon that literally strikes lightning upon your foe just by the push of your weapon, but it also has a very nice range on it and is very convenient. If you want to get no hits on bosses, this weapon is very stellar. Prelates Charge. Prelates Charge can be found up in the mountaintops of the Giants. You can find it from going south of the White Ridge Road site of Grace. There you're just going to follow your way through like I am here, and you're going to eventually make your way to a scarab that's hanging from one of these tree things. Knock him down with a projectile and then kill him. Once he's dead, Prelates Charge is yours. Prelates Charge is a fire type Ash of War that has the ability of Flame Art. I don't recommend applying Flame Art though. I recommend going for regular flames, especially if you're making a build that isn't revolving around Flame Art, and just stick to whatever your scaling might be. Overall, I highly suggest checking out my strength video where we actually cover not only getting this Ash of War, but also a few really epic strength weapons to pair with it, such as the Great Star. So make sure that if you're interested in strength weapons and awesome flame attacks, you check out that video after this one. And the rubble you leave behind is a flaming field that still hurts enemies as you're running through them. Upon the final swing, you're going to end up doing this overhand golf club type swing that's going to send whatever enemy is misfortunate enough to get hit by you right up into the air. Overall, it's a very entertaining Ashawar and very powerful and convenient indeed. Lightning Slash. In order to obtain it, it is dropped by a teardrop beetle, and that teardrop beetle can be located on the outskirts of the Lionel walls. By making your way from the site of grace I have right up here, you're going to make your way down, and it's going to be surrounded by this camp with a bunch of soldiers in it. Kill it, and the Ashawar is yours. Once the Lightning Strike Ashawar is yours, this Ashawar is very interesting because the initial strike itself with your weapon isn't actually what's doing the damage. It's instead the bolt of lightning that's striking down directly afterwards. This I could see might be very good for PvP, especially if you were to trade and the enemy sees, oh, no damage, okay, but then all of a sudden, bam, they get struck by it. Be really cool to use in PvP. But that's just one of my recommendations. Rain of Arrows is a bit more complicated to get. You first have to get your hands on the Kaled painting. This can be found over in the Celia Town of Sorcery, not too far off from the first site of grace. Make your way up the staircase to the right, and then you're going to see the painting in this corner. Pick it up, and there you go, the painting's yours. Now make your way over to the huge minor Erd tree over in Dragon Barrow. And you're going to have to run all the way around the tree if you haven't killed the Erd Tree Demon. Highly recommend doing that. But first you're going to get to this ledge here, and you're going to drop down. I highly recommend using Torrent. I think Torrent's the only real way you can do this without falling and dying. And you're going to drop down, and you're just going to run across the tree roots. And eventually at the very end, might take a bit of time to spawn, but there's going to be the spirit sitting in a chair. He's a painter, I assume. And as long as you have that painting in your inventory, he will fade away, and in his place will be the Rain of Arrows Ashawar. This Ashawar is very unique. Matter of fact, you can apply it to all bows. But what makes it so cool is how versatile it is. As a matter of fact, you could use it with different types of elemental arrows to get the same type of effect. Although, the one major drawback is that it only really stays to a certain area wherever you shoot it. So it doesn't follow along in a straight path like, say, the Redmane Knights over at Fort Gale. But they don't need to. It's still really fun. And if you're trying to do like a bow-only type build, you could probably proc Poison or Scarlet Rot with some arrows, as long as you use this weapon art quite a bit faster. Seppuku can be found over in the Freezing Lake site of grace. That's located up in the Mountaintop of Giants. You're going to make your way directly to the right until you see an invisible scarab's footprints all over the ground. You're going to wait for him, hit him, and then that Ashawar is going to be yours. And what makes the Seppuku Ashawar so cool, besides it being for honor and disembowelment, as you partake in this Japanese ritual, what you're going to notice is not only going to put the weapon that you plunged into you to have blood on it, giving you a bleed effect to your weapon even if you don't activate the weapon art, but it's also going to improve your attack power and ability to inflict blood loss even higher when you use this. So you are going to be taking a bit of damage, obviously, for doing this, but it is very, very helpful if you are trying to go for an all-out gutsy bleed build. The Flame of the Redmanes. This can be found over up in Fort Gale. Thankfully, you can take a grace very close to it and just run up. It is dropped by a teardrop scarab that is right in front of the Fort Gale north site of grace. Just run up there, and right behind the rock is going to be a scarab. Upon killing him, you're going to obtain this really epic Ashawar. Now what makes the Flame of the Redmane so cool is how versatile it is. You're going to be able to use this on all melee armaments, along with every time you use it, it's going to proc the huge combustion of fire, and then shoot out a fire arch along with it, hitting multiple enemies in its path, and it is so cool. It is kind of easy to avoid if you haven't really been paying attention, but it is right there in plain sight. Overall, very cool Ashawar. The Raptors of Mist. So epic. Where we can obtain this is from doing Yura's questline. You can do this right at the beginning of the game if you really want to. Go ahead and grab yourself a Dragon Communion to go and take out a Gil really quickly. Have a video on how to get all Dragon Communion in the Elden Ring playlist below if you are interested. Check it out. You'll get a bit of an edge there, but basically, You're going to want to make sure that you kill Akil at some point before killing Nergerus. You're going to be able to go through the little ravine that's making your way up to the Murk Waters, and you're going to get invaded by Nergerus. Keep attacking him until you respawns, then kill Nergerus, and upon his defeat, you're going to obtain the beautiful Leduvia. But more importantly, if you keep going forward, you're going to encounter Yura once again, exhaust all of his dialogue, and then you're going to make your way over to Rhea Lucaria. Make your way up to the main academy gate up at Rhea Lucaria, and then you're going to walk down this path until you find a summon stone. It's actually going to be more of a sinister type of evading stone, but you're actually aiding Yura in defeating a monster or some type of adversary. Even if he dies though, you're still going to be able to obtain the item as long as you kill the NPC. So make sure you defeat the adversary, and then upon leaving, the Ash of War will be yours. So, what exactly makes Raptors of Mist so intriguing? Number one, it can be used on all armaments, which is awesome. Or at least all melee armaments. But basically, how it works is almost like a counterattack. It's like a quick escape. You can see the NPC using it alongside your battle with Yura. Basically, you duck low into this stance, and you vanish. If an enemy decides to attack you while you're in this state, Avian Wings will allow you to make an escape through the air. And this is really epic. I absolutely love this Ash of War, and I do hope that you enjoy getting them as well and that this video was of aid to you. If so, might I interest you in liking today's video? If you enjoyed today's content or got value from it, it's always appreciated. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new and want more Elden Ring content from me. You can also join the journey through the lands between with my Elden Ring playlist. Over 100 videos on that playlist, check it out. Also, make sure to hit me up on the email notification too, so that you guys can get notified just in case YouTube notifications flop. And make sure to join my Discord server, where we have all the boys playing Elden Ring and just having a good time, even Dark Souls too. Really cool, check it out, we're all chill and we would love to have you. But make sure to check out my other socials if you have them, because there you'll be able to get some more of me and also tidbits of information that might not be on my YouTube channel. We cannot forget to go and use my coupon code RANKCreates to save up to 3% on your next purchase at Aalia.com to get whatever runes and gear you need to topple the lands between in Elden Ring. So make sure to do that, always appreciated, and everybody wins. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I can't wait for all my tarnished to rise and mess about with some Ashes of War. See you guys later, and thanks for watching.